Good morning. It is the second day of spring, and we are going to show you what is growing in our garden. We have a 3,400 square foot back to Eden style no-till garden. Not much is growing in it right now except a few henbit and some other things, but we'll show you what is growing and what we're getting started for this summer. We live in South Carolina, so it's just the beginning of our growing season, and things are starting to bloom, and we got frost the last couple of nights. Well, last night it got really cold. I don't know if it frosted, but the night before it definitely frosted. It got down to 22, which is typical for this time of year. So we don't plant out cold things like broccoli and cabbage and onions and things until after that. The next 2 weeks looks like 40s in the nights, which might mean it dips down into the 30s, but it'll be okay. So this is what it looks like right now. Not too much. We got our mulching all finished. There's some parsley that survived the winter. I think that was basically one of the only things that survived, that and the garlic. Anyway, we have some boxes we got to clean up because, it was windy the other day. So here's some things we need to plant. We have all these onions still left to plant. We have a few broccolis. We don't have a ton. We have like 3 cabbage plants, but I need to get some more from my friend Melissa. She has some that she's growing for me, I hope. And some chamomile. And we have some lettuce. I forget which kind this one is. We've got some chives. And we've got one tiny little rosemary. I think that's the only one in there. There's just one in there. But that's all I need, right? And then over here in our other little raised bed, we have some carrots we planted. They just sprouted the other day, and they're not too thick. There's a little bit right there. And then we have more carrots under there, and there's some rutabagas over there, and some beets under the far burlap. Here's my mint that I thought had died. I cleaned it out the other day, and it actually had a whole bunch of little sprigs. So I gave it some more compost and some more fresh mulch, and hopefully it takes back over this kiddie pool. This kiddie pool is like probably 7 years old now, and it's still doing pretty well.
7 years old because we got it when I was a little girl.
The mint is escaping though. They say keep it in a pot because it'll escape. Well, it escaped. So yeah. Anyway, that's fine. We have a big clump of thyme here growing. It smells so good. I never used to like thyme, but I love it now. And this is one plant. Look at how much this is. Like, I could probably never even use... Oh, that was rooting down in there. Okay, I guess we'll leave you. Anyway, it's so yummy and delicious. I love it in things like mashed potatoes. It tastes so good. I feel like there's something else I used it in recently. It's like, wow, that was a really good use for it. We have lots of oregano coming back to life, which is great because I'm almost out of oregano. We just planted these beets and rutabagas today. And it has some carrots and rutabagas growing here. They're still super tiny. We have some more oregano down there. And then that's it for a few rows. So we'll pause and go over to the other spot. So this is our strawberry row. We do not have very many strawberries left after all. We got one there. One there. They're not even blooming yet, I don't think. But these onions, I think I must have missed them from last year because they are coming back. And hopefully they go to seed and I can save seeds from them. That would be super cool. I do need to do some more weeding because, yeah, they're not doing so great. Oh, now cilantro looks a little sapped by the frost a little bit. It'll probably bounce back. Though, but we really do not have very many strawberry plants. I need to get some more, I think. Because there's barely any. And here's some more onions that came back from last year. Anna's got a crazy trick. We have a lot of henbit and cilantro in here. I think Bethany was trying to drive over with the car. Anyway, we got to kind of clean it up. And I think my cilantro is kind of starting to bolt. I saw some in here the other day that made me think that, like, that guy maybe, it might be okay. But I was hoping to freeze dry some. So, I don't know. Then we have a little patch of garlic up here. Again, needs to get weeded. On the other side of the trellis is more garlic. And we just planted all these tiny baby onions this morning. But, I still have plenty more left to go. More garlic. And this is our winter wheat. I've never planted wheat before. So, I don't know how this will do. Or even how it's doing. But, we just did like an 8x4 plot. And we'll see how it grows. All I literally did was just take some of my wheat berries that I grind for flour. And put them down on the ground. Cover them with some compost. Watered them a little bit. And I guess I did water them. And they're growing. So, we'll see how it does. See if we can get a crop from it. It'd be kind of cool to grow our own wheat. I think we'd have to have a lot bigger space to grow the amount of wheat we would need, but it'd be kind of a cool experiment. And then as we head up to the house, I'll show you the rest of what is growing. The apple trees, I think, are just starting to think about budding, just ever so slightly. Hopefully they did not get damaged in the freeze. They'll probably be okay though. Our elderberry bush is coming back to life. You'd never know, I like maniacally hacked it down. It's coming back, it's sending up all sorts of babies. I mean, there's a little baby right there. I could dig up probably 20 I could probably find. Little tiny little babies that are just spreading all over the place. Blackberries, they're not doing anything yet. It's still a little bit for them to do that. I'm not too concerned about that. My blueberries are starting to bloom. Had to protect them the other night from the thing. And all these little guys are blooming. It'd be great to have a little crop of blueberries. I don't know, we'll see. The blooms that are on here do not look so great. They're very brown looking. No matter how much I tried to cover them the other night, the wind just was blowing them right off. But there's still a lot of buds that have not actually opened, so maybe those are still okay. I don't know. And the pink blueberries are getting quite tall. They're like probably 3 feet tall now. And this one especially is loaded with blooms. Some of them are a little brown, so that might mean they got frosted. But this one lost its cover in the middle of the night too, so I don't know how affected they'll be. This one had a garbage can over it. And those still look brown too, so I don't know. But it kind of seems like it's still in the early stages of putting on growth, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be okay. We have this tray of onion seedlings. They got a little squash this morning. Bethany accidentally tripped on them and sat on them. So I need to get those planted out. And then I have this tray of seeds. We got lots of peppers growing. And tomatoes started. Yes, I probably have way too many tomatoes. I have another pepper coming up there. And lots of basil. This is like first of that many. Like, I don't usually get that many basil sprouts. And I planted more mint because I thought I needed more mint. And now it's all sprouted, so now I'm going to have lots of mint. One marigold. And that one doesn't have everything in it. So yeah, I gotta separate these soon. Probably a rainy day this week, I'll separate out all these peppers. There's one coming, so that's my plan for Friday when I cannot work out in the garden. But I think this is a cabbage. And one last thing we have to plant is the spinach that's probably about ready to go out. And this lettuce, it's going crazy. Like, I could probably pick this and eat it. But I'm gonna plant it out and yeah, we'll enjoy that. So that is what is growing. It's pretty exciting now that I think the super cold weather has probably passed. But now it's like, get everything in the ground as quick as possible. And it's going to take a while. I mean, I planted like 130 onions and it took an hour. Well, I also planted those rutabagas and beets, so that wasn't probably that bad. But it'll take a few days to get that done, and I have other yard projects outside to do, and you know, only have so much time. So we'll get it done, hopefully soon. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to be subscribed so you can see the rest of our growing season this summer. I plan on doing at least monthly garden tours, maybe a little bit more frequently. I don't know. But lots of garden stuff coming up. So if you enjoy gardening, stick around. See you next time.